and put the name of the person you're sending the shout out to, obviously.
Send your greetings and all of that.
Exactly.
Send your greetings, and let's see what your plans are for Ramadan.
Speaking of greetings, you know, there's this, what is it, like a sign off that I've been seeing on most messages now?
Okay.
And it's stay safe. You know, before it was things like, you know, kind regards, or see you soon, or see you later.
Stay safe, stay home.
Stay safe and stay home.
Stay at home.
It's everywhere.
It is.
There are lots of brands around the world who have even changed their logos. They've edited how their logos look. To either display social distancing or, you know, encourage the health workers around the world and all that. It's all about encouragement, and some people just might need that encouragement. You might feel they don't. You might feel, they're fine now. Maybe they did their house. You never know who just needs that word, that compliment, that hello, that hi, that how you doing.
That word you're talking about, you are about to take the news, by the way, now.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Please do that.
You have. All right. So I'm going to be using this opportunity to read the news now. And we're going to start with, obviously, the COVID-19 stories. It's almost 1 month of the lockdown issued by the federal government on Lagos State. Health correspondent Jacqueline Ukoh went out to find how one special group of Nigerians, the elderly, are faring within these prevailing circumstances.
15th of March 2020 will forever be remembered in Lagos State, especially to the people of Soba Town in Abule Ado. The gas explosion, which killed more than 15 people, left many homeless and destroyed many property. To help rehabilitate the area, the Lagos State launched a 2 billion naira relief package, which the state immediately donated 250 million naira, while the Nigeria's Governor Forum donated 200 million naira.
We could have done this a bit earlier.
Lagos State has brought these victims here to fulfill a promise of wiping their tears.
It's a demonstration of this, and it is to remind you that you are in our thoughts, even as the committee, that is the Emergency Relief Committee, continues its work towards the eventual normalizing of life in the community. It is my prayer that Almighty God will grant you the fortitude to bear the heavy loss.
The check, which was presented to them by the Deputy Governor of the state, who acknowledged that the area will go through rehabilitation and that government is making sure life return back to normal.
Majority of the fully affected buildings are directly opposite ground zero. That should never happen. So it seems so we have to replan the whole place. So maybe those properties should actually back the building, and then the distance is a bit away. So physical planning is working on that. When they finish, we'll be able to go there. So the most important thing is to really plan that community.
One of the victims who collected the checks on behalf of others says the gesture by the Lagos State is a sign that the government cares despite what the state is facing in terms of COVID-19.
There is no monetary equivalent to any human life. It's a step to show that, okay, we are aware of what happened and we have feelings for human lives.
Life may have been so hard for the victims that money may not really suit the pain. But government, through its gesture, provided a shoulder to lean on in this trying time. Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Lagos.
The COVID-19 Task Force of the Victim Support Fund, VSF, under the chairmanship of General Theophilus Danjuma, has donated a wide range of food and non-food items to Lagos State to cushion the hardship on poor families in the lockdown. Handing over the relief items to the state government and 10 NGOs nominated for their distribution, coordinator of the task force, Toyosi Akerele Ogunsiji, demanded efficiency in distribution to ensure the people's satisfaction. Correspondent Jacqueline Ukoh reports.
The Victim Support Fund was created to offer assistance to victims of insurgency in the Northeast. But with COVID-19 terrorizing the world, Far more than firearms lovers are doing at this time, the foundation, with a budget of 1 billion naira, from which Lagos State government is to benefit 20%, has come with help for homes crying out for response to their pressing needs in the lockdown.
We hope that the distribution will take at least a minimum of 3 days and a maximum of 5 days, so that the reportorial process is very swift, neat and tidy.
The items brought in include rice, beans, gari, the local cassava flour, vegetable oil, salt, and non-consumables like electronic glucometers for diabetic patients, surgical and non-surgical face masks, hand gloves and sanitizers, anti-malarial drugs, as well as drugs for hypertension and diabetes. The foundation's projection is to reach 30 to 40,000 homes in Lagos with relief items. Lagos State Commissioner for Agriculture, Bolahon Lawal, who received the items on behalf of the government, promised judicious distribution.
On our part as government, we will continue to be just. We will continue that we give our palliatives to those that are in need.
The Victims Support Fund says the non-government organizations who are to see to an effective distribution of the items were ticked based on credibility. They on their part promised not to do below expectations.
They must put their names, their phone number, their address and local government, so that we can make random calls to people to know if you actually gave them these items.
I think the more government reaches out to the people in the crevices, in the marginalized communities where we work, I think the better. Because sometimes some of these communities on a normal day, and even now, most of the communities are forgotten.
Let other Nigerians come and be part of this humanitarian work.
Now, there is food everywhere, but what matters most is if it will get to the hungry, not the already filled. Jacqueline Ogo, TVC News, Lagos.
And that's it on the news update for this hour. Let's take a quick break and return with sports news momentarily.
Use are narcissistic. And do you know what narcissistic means? Have you actually read it? Because if you see what narcissistic means, you will know that you are very far from narcissistic. Narcissistic is a mental condition, and many people who think they are narcissistic are nowhere near it. They just haven't learned how to be emotionally responsive to other people. The difference between accountability and between blaming yourself and holding yourself accountable is this: it's in language. If you do something wrong, I had a mentee a while ago who I was trying to help, and the more I tried to help him, the more he responded to me negatively. And at some point I gave up because I didn't know what else I could do to help this person. And I felt sad about that, because I knew that if I knew better, if I maybe was more patient, was more understanding, was more listen more, I probably would have been able to help this person better. But I was impatient. But instead of blaming myself by saying I'm responsible for the fact that this person didn't improve, I said to myself, well, I couldn't help this person in this situation for XYZ reasons. But now I've learned what I need to do better to help this person if the situation arises again. And that's a very important distinction. Rather than I failed this person, I'm not a good enough mentor, I'm responsible for this person's unhappiness, which is blaming myself. I say, look, I could have done better, I should have done better, and I will do better. People who choose the first will go through this life judging themselves for every little mistake they make. People who choose the second will go through life learning how to do better next time. It's your choice.
Okay.
Thank you for that one, Chude. Honestly, I've been receiving messages on, how impactful some of those daily vulnerables actually are. When people hear them early in the morning, it's like, boost.
Yeah, true.
There's quite a lot happening online, and I know Mike is on the edge of his seat.
No, not really. You know, so yesterday's own trend has stopped. You guys spoke about it yesterday, of course.
What was that?
And, that's 21K USD.
So there was no way you were not going to mention that.
Yes, because I had to. You know, a lot has been said. And considering all and everything, this wasn't it wasn't a recent
video
happening.
Of course.
It was like 3-4 years back, you know. And I would love to know what place. I would have loved to know what place the father and the child are at this point.
Okay, so for those that don't understand what Mike is talking about, yesterday we mentioned that there's a video that went viral online of a father basically disciplining his son. Who missed some exams.
I mean, if they say 21K USD and you don't know, don't worry.
21K USD
if you don't know,
is apparently how much the school fees cost. And this young man missed his exam. So it's been a major debate on.
Yeah, it's been a major.
But most people are on the side of the father disciplining the son and probably even saying that he should have done a bit more.
I don't know if even did a bit more behind the cameras.
Exactly.
But the main issue now is to be the mom now or the lady that was recording. What's the idea? So there are two things. There are a few times when maybe one parent wants to discipline you, and the other, mostly the mom, tries to beg or you know tries to placate the father and say, So, but this one was recording.
Recording was saying, why are you beating him? So, I actually have a major issue with the lady videoing this. If it is the mom, if it is indeed the mom that was recording, I feel for the so mentally speaking, do you know what it is for a child to see his mother recording his embarrassment, and then suddenly that embarrassment goes online? That's my main concern. And for young people these days, they take the internet so seriously, and how people view them online is a big deal. And you know, it must have been quite embarrassing for him as a young guy. Even though it's not really, so failing already is embarrassing. You know?
Some people say the way they're failing is embarrassing too.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's some people that they're at home with it.
Yeah, it's okay, it's all right.
They are 5 and 6. There's some people that are home with it. You know, but like you said, you know, something happens these days, and rather than maybe trying to help, people will just pick up their phones. And we know that phones have solved a lot. Putting up stuff on social media has solved a lot from, you know, from injustices by different people. It has helped. Yeah. But I think that the most humane thing to do at a particular point, if there is a need for assistance, to help. Like, I feel like if she had put her words into action, maybe she could have helped. If that's in that particular scenario. Discipline, you know, for different people is at different places. And I feel like I was brought up, you know, with the rod at different times. I feel like there should be some level of, you know, some parents have gone too far. A lot of parents have gone.
That's on another level.
Yes, but I would still stand on the side of discipline, you know, and discipline not just with the mouth. I mean, kind of loud. Even adults say, it's not all adults that you tell something with the mouth and they listen to. How much more kids? Won't they not be reasoning with kids? See now, some party. So I feel like discipline has its place, and disciplining with the you know with the rod or the hand or the
slippers.
What the pancake or what? There has to be something. There has to be some level, you know. But let's, you know, we've heard outrageous stuff, and everybody's blaming the older generation that you have insecurities or what now and all that. You know, your upbringing was terrible.
There was something Yomi mentioned. Yomi said off air that the generation that are here now, they can't take the kind of beating that we received when we were children. That's the truth. They can't handle it. They might not be able to handle it if they knew what we were going through. This is a time where we didn't have Twitter to go and lament.
Yeah.
We didn't have anyone to go and tell, man.
Where was the phone you're going to call? Which police?
Who are you calling?
Who are you calling?
Who are you telling? Who are you reporting to?
And sadly,
the way they will beat you into the next week.
You know, sadly, so happens that many of the kids we have now are mentally not tough. You know, that's why, I mean, few days back, I heard about a 15-year-old who, just because of lockdown and being alone, committed suicide. As much as it is sad, you know, mentally, you know, things will not be the same always, you know. So we know that there's something and all of that. You could save a lot. I mean, there's somebody who mentioned that, look, Pete, Yul Edochie's son, he mentioned that in JS2, he came in just to what? He was like maybe 10, 11, 12, about that age. And he goes to tell his father that, I just want to drop out.
He wants to drop out of school.
He wants to drop out of school. That come and open electrical shop for me. Then he say, okay, enter the room.
I'm beating.
And close the door. No, he didn't say the beating. He said, enter the room, close the door, and brought out his bed. After this, that is flash. They do. If you're watching a movie, they do flashback and flash forward. They don't even happen. When I show you a very, very humble kid that say, Daddy, when I give him money for just for WAEC, and all of that.
So yes, this is the video we're talking about, where this gentleman is really upset with his son. And let's see if we can hear a bit of the clip.
Think is you. Huh? Do you know the reputation it gives you? You're a big boy, you can't read. You can't read.
George, come on, don't do that.
You can't read. Yeah. So why the hell do you come back with results like you can't read? 9. You can't talk like that. Stop talking to me. Understand?
Stop beating him now.
You understand? You can't talk to me again about your results. Don't give any excuses. This one. Do not
come on, you.
To keep you guys there. You. Honestly. How much money I spend photocopying, sending money for books, that tuition fees. Shit! You come with results like you never went to school, you lost the whole year, and then you go and sit for results. That's the result you bring in this house. In this house. Huh?
So he was obviously paying that $21,000 US.
That's only tuition.
Is tuition, yeah.
There's books.
Books.
There's feeding. There's
uniform.
upkeep.
Yeah,
there's uniform. There's
crazy.
a lot that might even be close to that amount.
Goodness
when you
me.
add everything, you know.
So my issue was, how did he not get into the exam hall? How is that possible? Even if his legs were not working at that point, his spirit would have entered that exam hall. That's a lot of money. That's like 7.8 million.
Yeah, so someone said something. Yeah, someone said something and said the first thing I would do without even is first of all go to the school. If I should pay that high kind of amount 3 years back, this is not even now, 3-4 years back. The school should have some level of control over the kids and exercise. I pay for my kid to learn. So that's why in some schools like that, you see a very low failure rate because they tell you that, look, you paid for them to learn. If they all learn and pass, we've done our job. You understand? So it's quite a conundrum for that place.
For him to feel that many subjects.
Me, I'm just saying that, like as all of us are going about this one, me, I'm just, if my popsy also, or some African kids that will see this thing, African parents, you know what they'll do?
What?
So before their own son even starts his own, they'll show, after watching this video, they'll go and vlog the son for the future. Say, it's okay, they are not doing anything. Say, hey, you, let me just, wait now, let me just see. So that in future, you know, you don't call it junior, in future, so you don't think of this kind of thing. They will like you for
goodness me.
For future.
I have to say, the truth is, if you are, I believe in monitoring your investment. I'm talking about, and this is that's a lot of money. You don't just put money somewhere and just leave it. You watch it, you monitor it, you nurture it, you watch it grow. If you're sending a child to school for that amount and you're not even monitoring, man, every exam, wait, are you in the hall? As in, like, seriously? I would have maybe like some spies, some mercenaries somewhere in the school, like some teacher or someone. Wait, have you seen my son this morning? Is he at the exam hall? How did he do? As in, man, I can't put that kind of money down and just let it go.
That's an angle.
Think about it.
And, you know, for me, like, maybe it happened the first time, maybe next time I might now be more careful. But you know, that kind of a son, if it was Nigeria, they'll send it to public school.
Or military school.
Or military. But the one so that you want to, you understand. You know, but hey, this is me personally, man. Baba, they could have been more.
He didn't try. But please tell us how you feel about it. Just hit us up on social media. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. You know, let's hear from your angle as a student and then your angle as a parent. Let's hear two sides of that story. But, you know...
Well, we have to go to break now.
Yes.
So for social media engagement later, we'll talk about you. Let's talk about your schools, you know. Battle of Schools is raging on social media.
Yes,
what was that unique thing about your school? And tackle another school that you know that your school can take on. All right? We'll be back right after this.
Now, even though most of us have been indoors for quite a bit, it's still refreshing to know that we made it through another week in good health.
Oof.
We're alive and well, sound mind.
Man.
There's a lot to be thankful for.
There is, of course, a lot to be thankful, a lot to be grateful for. And now let's choose happiness this Friday. And of course, it also marks the first day in the month of Ramadan. Keep, let's have some positive energy, okay?
Yes,
as we stay hopeful and fast and pray. Ramadan Kareem.
Thank you so much for staying with us. If you're just joining us right now, welcome to the second hour of your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Now, of course, as we make plans for the weekend, even though every day is like today and someday, remember, of course, to practice social distancing. And of course, if you have to step out of the house, make sure you follow the health guidelines. Ensure you have your mask. In fact, we have it, the state governor, that is in Lagos State, has said from next week, when you go out, it's going to be compulsory
for you
to
wear
a face mask,
of
course, so that we can decrease. In fact, that should be the guideline. Now, if you have to go out, make sure you wear a face mask. You curb, you lower the susceptibility, the risk, and the rate of infection when you wear a face mask.
Yes, indeed.
Great to have you. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinso. Stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv, and of course on Facebook, we're at TVC Connect.
You can also download the app and stream via the app on Android and iOS store anywhere around the world.
So we are here for the second hour, and there's still quite a bit to come. We still have Chef B showing us how to make a mouth-watering chicken sauce.
Wow.
Something we need to do this weekend.
Is that milk?
I think that's milk or cream. One of them. We'll find out.
It's milk. Oh, milk and chicken. It's lovely.
And as always, we love to hear what you've been getting up to, how you've been holding up. You can always send us a tweet. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. You can also reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, and let's interact.
Yeah, we're talking about school battle, right? The school battle. Now, joining us via Skype is the main man himself, Mr. Macaroni. Yeah. And then joining us via Skype later on is talented actress Adaora Ukoh. We're having a discussion with her.
Oh, goodness me. So I'm wondering, Mike, so some people at home now, they're doing things that they wish they could have done a long time ago. So like they're cleaning out cupboards, washing out their fridge, they're rearranging their clothes, arranging and rearranging books and things like that. What are the things you've been doing at home
that I've not done?
Yeah, that you've not done,
Okay, maybe yes. I think everybody, or most people, have done a little bit more cleaning than normal. You've gone deeper than you normally go, past the surface level. At times, even some people who would normally have some helps coming to clean the house. Maybe they are not so available this period, and because you are, of course, you want to take safety measures, so you don't allow people into your house that way. So you have to do it yourself. So that's one. But then also, there are people that I know people that said, okay, I'd love to read a book and all that, and then this lockdown's happened. They've not done anything. I'm like, time was never the issue. You were just not interested. Because if you were interested to do anything, you would see you would always find the time. I feel time is the most valuable resource. That's the only thing that is given to everybody in equal measure, and that's about the only thing you can never get back. You can get back, can lose money and get back money, but time you cannot. So,
but I'm also thinking about it though. You know, it's different for people like me that my house is full of people. You know, like you know, your house isn't full.
Yeah, it's not.
So there's nothing hindering you from picking up that book and reading it. But they're just distractions. Like
okay, distractions. You see, that's. I remember. So there's a lot happening. We've seen videos of two moms telling the kids to count rice or picture me while I'm drawing. With kids, I feel like you have to do what you have to do. Yeah. Because, you see, I always tell parents, I think someday, because it happened to us, someday those kids will grow up and leave you. If you have not built yourself enough to, you know, function without them, it's going to be shocking to you. Sure. You have to find a way to control them. Yes, the house is much, people are plenty. Control them.
Don't worry, by the time your 4 kids come,
no, you have to. There's no way. You would have to.
You'll figure it out. I know you'll figure it out.
When you say one thing,
but guess what?
Sit down.
That noise, that distraction, the heat, the, you know, mommy, I want this, mommy, I want that. That is just a whole new ballgame. But it's about time for us to take the news updates at this point. And we're starting with this story. The Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammadu Sa'ad Abubakar, has announced Friday, 24th of April, as the first day of the month of Ramadan. The Sultan says reports from the National Moon Sighting Committee indicated that the moon is sighted in several places across the country. The Sultan calls on all Muslim Ummah to fervently pray against the coronavirus pandemic that is ravaging the world. He charged all Muslims to obey the rules regarding social distancing and all etiquette relating to COVID-19.
My fellow Muslim brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In accordance with Islamic law, we have the pleasure to announce that today, Thursday, the 29th day of Shaban, 1441 after the hijrah of our most noble leader, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, which is equivalent to 23rd April 2020, marked the end of Shaban, 1441 after hijrah. Reliable reports of moon sighting were received from Muslim leaders and organizations across the country, which were duly verified.
More than 5,000 people in dire need of relief materials in Lagos Central Senatorial District will now be reached out to. This is courtesy the Lagos State Government through Senator Oluremi Tinubu, representing the zone in the upper chamber of the National Assembly. Adaora Ukoh witnessed the disbursement exercise and representatives of the local governments in Lagos Central.
Continue to urge all Lagosians.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu promised to use critical stakeholders in the state to get relief materials to the grassroots. These food items are to be distributed through the office of Senator Oluremi Tinubu to the vulnerable in the Lagos Central District.
Our office has identified, the less privileged, the firm, the feeble, the invalid, the widow, the widower, all the less privileged in the community, the vulnerable. And the idea is for it to reach every nooks and cranny of the constituency.
APC chairmen in the 13 local government and local council development areas are here to receive the food items, and they will distribute to the needy regardless their party affiliation.
We know these people, we know how to get in touch to them. So we are going to reach out to every one of them to make sure they get this food item. It's not for party, it's not for anything, it's for the people within the community who that we know that needs this thing. Those are the people we are going to give it to.
She has tried as much as possible to make sure we reach even other political parties, not a party now. He has directed us to touch all the concern in every SCDA.
We are going to monitor it and make sure that they distribute it to the people who are in need of this.
The lockdown is likely to be extended by 2 weeks, and constituents are advised to stay safe by observing the social distancing and personal hygiene measures to curtail the spread of the coronavirus.
We must appeal to our people to abide by the rules and regulations set out by the government. The idea is to make sure that they are protected from this deadly virus.
These buses are set to convey the food items to the 13 local government and local council development areas within Lagos Central Senatorial District for onward distribution to the vulnerable and those who are in dire need of food items at this period of lockdown. Adaora Ukoh, TVC News, Lagos.
In just 1 week, confirmed cases of coronavirus in Nigeria have almost doubled. Weeks after the first case was reported in Nigeria on the 27th of February, the number has jumped to 873. This situation supports fears that there is an extreme community transmission ongoing. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, is emphasizing the need for Nigerians to stay at home and maintain social distancing when out. And that's the news updates for this hour. Stay tuned for more. I'll have the newspaper headlines after this break.
My name is Ben Field, and thank you so much for joining this. If you're watching this at home, I'm still going to repeat myself. Stay safe at home. The best way to fight this COVID-19 is to stay safe at home. Our very first exercise is going to be cardio, jumping jacks. This is exercise you do in your various houses. Come on, let's go, let's go. Each exercise here lasts for 30 seconds and you are going to recover for 15 seconds. Come on, keep going, keep going. That's good, that's good. Good job, good job. Don't forget, I said, this exercise, each exercise lasts for 30 seconds and you recover for 15 seconds. Keep pushing. If you can't do that, I will challenge you to lift your body, move your body, keep going, keep going. Don't stop, don't stop. That's good, that's good. Almost there. Good job. Come on. That's good, that's good. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, that's good. This time around, your 2 hands down. While you're resting, you keep in, give me some plow and plow. You see that? Take it in plank position and plow. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. That's good. Come on. Keep going. Don't stop. Let's go, let's go. Each exercise, I told you, lasts for 30 seconds. That's good, that's good. You're almost there. Good job. Yes. Woo. Come on, come on. Don't give up now. Don't give up. Keep going. Woo. And stop. Good job. Ah. Yes. I have 3 more exercises for you. Okay. Lounge position. Yes. Straighten your upper body and you run in place. Are you ready? Let's go. Woo. Woo. Go, 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 go. Move your hands. Run. Come on. Move it, move it. That's good, that's good, that's good. Yes. Woo. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And stop. Woo. That's good. Always remember, you have the other side to contend with. Are you ready? Ready? Suspend. Whew. Go! Go, 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 go. That's good. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. That's good. Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. You have 10 seconds to go. Let's go, 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 go. 5. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. One more exercise, and we're good. And I will challenge you to repeat these exercises in your living room, anywhere in your house. Ready? The last one is burpees exercise. Go. Upper body down, in, jump. Upper body down, in, jump. Upper body down, in. Good job. Let's go. That's good. Come on. Let's go, don't stop. Almost there. Yes. You're almost 3 seconds. Come on. 2 and 1. That's good, that's good. You can see, try to repeat this exercise 4 good times. And trust me, you are going to break that sweat. This is all what I have for you on the fitness segment today. Let's take it back to the studio.
Hello and welcome back. Now we have a brand new recipe for you to try out this weekend. Join Chef B in the kitchen.
Hello, Chef Belinda here. Today we're making something very easy and lovely. We're making chicken sauce. We have our chicken here, cut into tiny parts. Then we have vegetables, carrots, bell peppers, red and green, onions, there's cabbage, spring onions, crushed ginger and garlic, corn flour for thickening. Then these are seasoning and spices. This curry, this mixed spice, salt, stock cubes. Then we have cooking cream. We'll start now by marinating our chicken. We marinate with all these ingredients we have here. Then, because we are making stock, we are making chicken sauce, we need stock. So once we marinate this chicken, whatever we put here, we'll still put same inside our hot water, our boiling water. The water is boiling already and it has all the same ingredients. This is mixed pepper and curry. This is salt. I've added all these same ingredients into the boiling water because your water has to be tasty, your stock has to be tasty when it comes out. That's why. So now we have our ginger and garlic. So marinate everything together very well so that it will enter into the chicken, so that your chicken will be sweet even inside the sauce. Because you can't have a sweet sauce and when you bite into your chicken, it won't be sweet. Chicken will not have a different taste from your sauce. So you marinate everything, make sure everything blends well. So our chicken has been well marinated. Remember, every spice and seasoning I added to this thing, to this chicken now, I've already put same in the boiling water that we have on fire. So I'm adding the chicken, marinated chicken, into the boiling water. Yeah. You stir, then you cover and allow it to cook for like 10 minutes. While our chicken is cooking, we have to saute our vegetables so that we can turn them in. As onions, the remaining ginger and garlic like so. So we season the vegetables so that we're seasoning it separately so that all of them will have their own taste. It will be sweet on its own. We don't want to have some sweet and others bland. So we're sauteing our vegetable now. It's slightly cooked. We don't have to overcook it so that we still have a crunchy taste in the sauce. When we introduce this into our cooked chicken, our chicken should be cooked by now. Oops, our chicken is cooked. You know, it doesn't have to cook for too long because they were cut into tiny parts and the chicken is not a hard type. So now we introduce our vegetables into it. Now you have this consistency. You can see that it's not thick, it's a bit light. This is where our corn flour comes in, which serves as our thickener. So we'll mix our corn flour a little with water, then use to thicken it a bit, and we are good to go. The corn flour has been mixed with water, so we'll pour it into the chicken stock now. Yes, and it will thicken the sauce for us. This serves as a thickener. Just allow it simmer for just a few minutes because of our vegetable. Then the last ingredient is our cooking cream. I told you this is optional. Like this, your sauce is set. You can actually do without this cooking cream, but I'm just using it for maybe a fizzy or something. So you add our cooking cream. Whoa. Wow. This is cool. Yeah, now we have our sauce. So this will go for 1 more minute. And we'll take it down. Yeah, we have our chicken sauce ready. Yummy, you must say. And it is served with steamed basmati rice. Lovely. Try this at home and you will love it.
So, Tisi, were you able to get some inspiration from that?
Well, hey, anything. You know, so I'm trying many different things in the kitchen these days. I'm trying to avoid the red sauce matter. Everything have tomato inside, you know? Like, you know that whole tomato soup sauce thing that is so common to Nigerians. Nigeria as a whole, really, everybody loves their fried stew.
Okay.
I'm just trying to reduce the more common foods now. Just try something different. You're at home, you have time. All those things you never used to do, just try them now.
Try them now.
Try them now.
Okay, so just a few comments on social media. We'll take them, and then of course we'll go to our school wars, which has been trending on Twitter since yesterday.
So what do we have?
Okay, but this is we know we spoke about sending greetings, and Mustafa Isiak OJ Mustafa 98 said, Ramadan Mubarak to all Muslim faithfuls, home and abroad. May Allah accept it as an act of worship. He put up that tweet and says, Mr. Mike, you really look like an alpha with that cap. Thank you. Thank you. That was the idea. So we can see that tweet now. Thank you very much, Mustafa Isiak OJ. All right. Thank you for that one.
I have one from Adaora Ukoh, it says here, may Allah make us benefit from this Ramadan. May we earn his mercy and may we be counted amongst those who have been removed from fire, and may he accept all our du'as, I believe that is, and remove this pandemic from the earth. Amen.
Amen.
All
Ramadan
right.
Mubarak.
Urging you to hashtag stay safe.
Stay at home. I love that message, especially when it comes from around the world, and understand that we're in this together. In as much as there's still a lot of ignorant people who are talking about, I mean, I saw a post and someone said, Nigeria, we're increasing in numbers and we're proposing attack. Some of you, man, I can't deal. You know, it's ignorant. It's ignorant. At this point in time, you're grossly ignorant.
Okay.
For you to have said that, I mean, we're testing more, and then you say, oh, that we're just pushing in numbers because we are asking for aid, one very funny conspiracy theory. And
there are quite a few theories out there. There are quite a few theories out there.
I cringe.
It makes your skin crawl.
I cringe at your ignorance.
So, I'm just thankful that, you know, so from around the world, if you follow different hashtags, coronavirus in different countries, coronavirus Italy, coronavirus France, coronavirus Spain, and all the like, you get to see the actual impact of staying home.
Of staying home, wonderful.
Safe.
Great.
You know, so I think we need to start encouraging people to just keep staying home.
Yeah, so Hadrick, DYSQ, that's the handle, who was responding to our call out yesterday and spoke about, so he just sent in this tweet now, he spoke about his nickname in school. He says, hashtag, why smart Q copy? Because I'm the first to receive lecture notes through mail and make them available for all the classmates, though I'm not course, I'm sure maybe he's saying, though I'm not the course rep.
Yes.
So that is a Hadrick DYSQ, who says they call him smart copy. Smart copy.
You know,
so there's some people that I know that somebody called rank Xerox. Those ones.
They're the people you know who to go to now. You know who to go to.
Nobody says exam hall.
Okay.
Their eyes are telescopic. You know, do like.
You know, that was where the real social distancing began. Exam hall.
Exam hall.
Social distancing began in exam hall. Your lecturers will make sure that your neck is not long enough to see over.
Did you ever peep in someone's work at this school?
Not during exams. Not during exams.
You never
I was always too afraid.
Okay,
do that.
But
I was too
if you had the opportunity to have
But like in school, in the classroom with the teacher, maybe they give you one of those quiz, all these pop quiz, all these Insta quiz that they give you. And you know your friend already has the answer. You're like, so how far? Yeah. So in secondary school, we used to do those kind of things.
We'll push
but exams, it was just too scary.
It was too scary.
In my school, in QC, the teachers are, oh my God, you cannot corrupt a Queen's College teacher. You can't.
Wonderful, I like that. You know,
it's not possible.
I know some people that were bad guys. Like, so maybe let's talk about this because in school, you know, those what are the tactics you use during exam and all that for some people say that's where corruption started.
So but that's why I said social distancing. We were teaching us that today.
We had some guys that carry full textbook.
Inside.
Full textbook.
I don't know those guys.
And you won't catch them.
I don't know those guys. I don't know
some very, my phone almost tripped me. So very sharp guys who carry full textbook. And you're wondering, like, full, you look at this way, where do you look at? Full textbook, others are carrying IBM. ICM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's what they call it.
Really?
You know, and then some will write on their hands. And different ways to try and pass an exam.
Oh, goodness me. I don't know how you know all these things, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
If that boy now had maybe copied now, maybe you would have tried now in English and maths.
Really, Mike? Really? I can't believe you just said that.
Those snaps that over received. All right. But okay, that's all we can take. Is that do we have any more?
Yeah, there are quite a few. You know,
Okay.
we're talking about the $21,000 that we talked about earlier.
Okay.
A lot of people still responding to that tweet.
Okay.
Some people think the father was a bit harsh. Because he responded saying if anyone has a problem with it, they should come and do adoption papers to come and adopt his son. That was in his response. And people are going against him for saying that. I'm just concerned about mental health. Please think about the mental health of your children before you make some decisions about their future. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Israel says, Happy Ramadan Kareem to all Muslims. I pray this pandemic comes to an end anytime soon. You see that? Now, this reporter is beautiful. I'm sure he's talking about Titi. Yes, now, because you cannot say I'm beautiful.
Wow.
I will flog you as more.
Thank you very much.
But definitely, so that's it. Said Happy Ramadan Kareem to all Muslims. I pray this pandemic comes to an end anytime soon.
Amen.
Stay safe, stay at home. At Ezemo. Chizia. All right, that's it.
Please keep the tweets coming, keep the posts going. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC, and we can't wait to see them.
All right, we'll take this break. We'll be right back. Of course, Emmanuel is just here on standby. We're talking the big game, sports around the world. Thank you for staying with us. It's Friday, you know how it is. It's time for our sports discussion. And of course, I have the honor of welcoming Emmanuel Akinduboah here to the house. Hello, Emmanuel.
That's not what you mean by honor.
How are you doing?
Good to be here,
It's
Mike.
great to have you.
Looking good
Man,
as always.
Yeah, thank you very much. And you too. So, I'm a bit, I'm a bit divided when it comes to sports now. There's that love we have for the game of sports, for sports all around, and then there is that thing for safety also, and that is what a lot of governments around the world and sport bodies and federations are considering. How, where do we draw the line, how can we balance it and all of that. But it seems like the German Football Association, the German Bundesliga, are the ones who we think would resume the earliest. There's a date set of May 9th to resume the Bundesliga with some measures in place. How feasible? Do you think that this is really possible? Is that the best thing, looking at safety? Yes, we love the sports, but is that the best thing?
It's a huge possibility. Oftentimes it's been said that sports is a reflection of how a society has developed. The reason why European leagues are getting more attention is because, of course, that society appears to be more developed and advanced. Germany has managed to keep the pandemic to a barest minimum. Out of the mainstream Europe, Italy, Spain, UK, Germany have had the lowest number of fatalities. And that's because the health system in Germany is quite,
yes, they say they've contained
advanced than what we have in some parts of the world. So with that in mind, Germany have been able to keep the whole thing under play, and the clubs have resumed training.
They have over 2 weeks now.
I mean, maintaining the guidelines, and at this point in time, they feel, okay, guys, let's get back to the pitch and complete the rest of the season. And I think all guidelines are put in place, and I think the German Bundesliga will be able to pull this
off. I thought about it, and I remember UEFA president talking about how in this period, when people are at home, we need the games to go on, at least on TV. People should not go to the stadium. And I must say that, like you mentioned rightly, Germany have the best containment, the health facilities in Europe. They've been able to battle the pandemic to the best of their abilities. And I think that, yes, we should start. But now there's a cost also. They have to test the players, maybe weekly. Because you're looking at, from the recommendations, you're looking at a maximum of 322 people for Bundesliga, for the Bundesliga, and then for the Bundesliga 2. We take about 270 and all of that, and there's a cost test and all of that. That is what I've always been angling for. If the Bundesliga picks up with this now, the talks by UEFA that the Champions League will go on from July to August. Do you think other leagues like the English league, they will lack? I mean, considering that, say, a Chelsea and a Bayern who still maybe have a second leg to play, there's still the Champions League, which they will all play. But Germany, they've already started training. I mean, England, it doesn't look like it's going to be anytime very, very soon. Wouldn't the German league have, an advantage over the rest of Europe?
It's a global emergency.
Yes.
I mean, and tough time call for top measures. At this point in time, nobody will be looking at that as an advantage. I think it will be sorted out by the month of June.
By the month of June, that's wonderful. Of course, the Bayern players training there. Manuel Neuer was, of course, in the news for a contract fiasco there. He mentioned, but well, let's see how that plays. Now, moving on from Germany to Spain. Spain also now, they held a meeting on all of that, and it doesn't seem like those people are... How soon do you think the La Liga...
You would understand that Spain has been the second most affected country in the world. I mean, in terms of fatalities and the number of cases confirmed with the pandemic. So you would understand the psychological effect of that on the players. The players are protesting the fact that they were not involved in the dialogue.
In the decision-making process.
The Spanish Football Federation, the La Liga, and the Spanish government authorities met during the week, and none of the players' representative union were considered to be part of that meeting. And the players are saying, we are the major actors. We are the ones getting on the pitch, slugging this out. And if we are not considered in this conversation, then that means you're just seeing us as a pawn in the mix. So remember that Real Madrid were exposed to the pandemic when a basketball player was infected with the virus. So many clubs have had players, Valencia had players infected and all that. So the players felt they needed to be... They
need a voice there. They need a voice there.
Their voice should be heard in the conversation.
I mean, yes, you can see that the heads, and I fully agree with you on that one. The players have a union, they can decide not to play. For the fact that they have that right to decide not to play, then they should have been part of...
And you would consider that these players have, on their own part, tried as much as possible to help the clubs. Many of them have taken pay cuts. Many of them have actually relinquished their salaries. In Rome, in Italy, Roma have said they are not even going to collect any salary for the next 4 months. So I think many of these clubs are taking all this action to ease up the pressure on the clubs. And I think the players should be respected when conversations like this are going on.
All right, so still keeping it in Europe, Euro 2020 is still going to maintain its name 2020, even though it's going to be in 2021. And I saw a schedule that FIFA and UEFA come together next year. By the time football resumes up until next year, it's going to be a very, very packed calendar. Because the summer break definitely is going to be reduced. There's almost no summer break. And then, of course, there are going to be qualifier games for the Champions League. And then, of course, it will round up with Euro. And then, of course, there's the Olympics.
Games for the Euros and
playoff
all that,
games, there's the Olympics and all of that. But because of the cost that has already been put into producing paraphernalia and merchandise and all of that, it's quite a good idea.
It's a good idea, and of course they're taking a cue from the Olympics, who have also said, though it may be happening in 2021, the brand name will still be Tokyo 2020. Because that's what the torch and everything, the merchandise have all been done. I think many people will not mind.
It's not really an issue.
Let's just have normal life back. I mean, in Kano during the week, we had the Corona Cup, which the government has frowned at, and they've said they're going to arrest 30 of the players who have been identified to take part in that tournament. The reason is because many of them are growing tired of just staying at home, doing exercising in the house. In the first few weeks, it was like the thing to go, but after the lockdown gets extended across the world, and especially in Nigeria, everybody is losing it. And of course, it's not an excuse for them to flout the lockdown rules. But it's just giving you an indication of how much people are willing to get back to normal life, even with the threat of the pandemic hanging around.
Mentioned that he was anxious now and looking forward to when is football going to resume, that they're tired. I know the human nature most times is restless. And okay, we want to do something. We're not used to being in inertia, just being at one position. Let's move, let's do something. Well, hopefully all of that will be done. But let's round up. Let's look at a few transfer stories, transfer rumors. Things are still going on in the world of football.
It's interesting to know that transfer rumors are still going on.
That's still going on, you know, and well, I mean, since you tell them to work from home, that's something that you don't need to meet somebody to go in motion. But considering that by June 30, which I don't think any season will end before June 30, players' contracts and all of that, negotiating for a new contract now, how wise is it, considering that those things will not be sorted out, especially when it comes to a lot of them. A lot of rumors are from players who are free, who have a free, this thing. What do you think? Do you think it's...
I think the challenge came up because many of these football organizations and the confederations have not done well to see football agents as part of the game. They just see these guys as shrewd businessmen who are just there to make money from football.
Which they are mostly.
And they are not seen as a stakeholder. Because the football player's agent, like Mesut Ozil's agent, has continued to insist that Mesut Ozil will not take any pay cut, and he would insist on getting the £350,000 he's supposed to get from Arsenal per week. And that's because they feel that they are not respected. I believe if the football agents are involved in a dialogue between the leagues spearheaded by FIFA and UEFA, I think many of them would magnanimously consider extending the contract till the end of the season, and not just based on that much. So I think that's a challenge many of them are facing at this point in time.
Let's rush up the stories. Willian to Liverpool, how likely is that?
I think that's just a rumor.
That's just a rumor. That's not going to happen.
The likelihood of that happening is very low.
So you see, what percentage would you give you the likelihood of happening?
0.5.
0.5. Okay. Timo Werner to Liverpool.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility knowing how Jurgen Klopp enjoys working with German player. He understands their mentality. Timo Werner is a fantastic forward. I think there are doubts about either Salah or Mane could leave. There's a possibility that Salah could leave.
So what percentage would you give that?
I think that's like a 75-80%.
80%. Okay, Coutinho to Chelsea. What percentage would you give that?
Coutinho to Chelsea, a big possibility.
Okay.
Understanding the fact that Frank Lampard is a player that enjoys a robust midfielder. One of the things that have hurt Chelsea so much this season is the fact that they don't have a playmaker in the middle.
In the middle.
Jorginho has tried to fit that role. Willian is, of course, unsettled.
Mason Mount.
I think that's a big possibility, knowing that Barcelona are not looking like they want Coutinho back. Bayern are not ready to bank on him. I think Chelsea may want to take a shot at the Brazil.
Thank you very much, Emma. It's always great having you on the show to talk about football. And hopefully, we're looking at May, what's the date now? May 9th for the German Bundesliga. Let's hope For now, I'll watch anything.
How often do you watch Bundesliga?
I said, now I'll watch Fortuna Düsseldorf 2 versus Union Berlin.
It's interesting.
I'll watch anything. Thank you very much, Ibado.
It's good
All
to
right,
be here.
that's it for the second lap of the show. We've still got one more lap to go. Don't go nowhere. We will be right back.
It's been a wonderful 2 hours so far of your favorite family breakfast show. And as Mr. Macaroni will say, fantabulous. You are doing well. So, welcome. It's the third hour of the show.
Now, it's great to have you stay with us for those 2 hours, of course. And it's the third lap. We have that unique way of giving entertainment. And we still have quite a bit to share with you on the show this morning.
We've had movies that we recommended for you, series that we recommended as well. We've had some great conversations. We've also had some great music.
Yeah.
There's still quite a bit to come.
All right. Of course, it gets better as we go on. Let's go straight into what we have left for you in this next 45 minutes. I'm Mike Mesikeno.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinson. Please make sure that you have your soap, your water, and hand sanitizer. Just keep your hands clean. Please stay indoors.
Yep.
Wear your masks.
This
is now
it's going to be
compulsory.
be compulsory going from next week. And of course, if you have to go out, maintain social distancing and stream live with us. If you have to leave, tvcentertainment.tv. That's the website, and of course, Facebook.
At TVC
Connect, of course, definitely.
Those comments that have been coming in, we appreciate them so far. We can't wait to hear from you. Just make sure you use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC as soon as you post.
And of course, download our app on Android and iOS to watch us anywhere around the world. Okay? So, Mr. Macaroni will be coming right up. We'll be talking to him. But we'll just keep up. We have some stories, some things. Okay, so we're giving updates. A few things that have happened a while back. It's no longer news, of course. The One World concert and
Together
all of that.
at home.
Together. So we'll just look at the aftermath and the after effects, some few stories and all of that in the world of entertainment.
Yeah. And when it comes to entertainment, you know, people just need to laugh. They need to find a reason to laugh.
Definitely.
And that's why, you know, we connect with all these actors that are doing so many great skits online. Mr. Macaroni is one of those skit producers that we really appreciate. But we also have talented actress.
Adaora Ukoh will be with us on the show. We'll be talking to her via Skype. Let's see what she's been up to and how she has been doing.
10 years of marriage. My wife is finally pregnant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it will be. It will be. Drama and all of that. What just came to mind was how much of how a sanitizer like what you are is now a fashion statement.
Yes, so it's a fashion statement. So it's
how it has become a fashion statement. Someone said, just do my look. Just do what you're doing.
Yeah.
So something I wanted to mention. Look, the world is a very interesting place. As we grow, we learn, right? Something that has really hit me on social media over these past few days is I don't know if you've come across the Ghanaian pallbearers.
Oh, yes, I have.
The Undertakers, the ones that that became a worldwide meme, a meme worldwide. So, they were on live TV and all that. They are celebrities in their own right and all of that. What really what is intriguing to me is how something that normally before would connote darkness and not so nice, is now whenever someone sees them, it elicits a smile and a laughter. Like how it happens is, it's just so interesting.
I do think it's the producers of those skits, the first few that really made waves. So the situations are funny, and instead of putting a sound effect of laughter or a funny face laughing, they decide to put those guys. So people have begun to associate, really funny, weird happenings with them.
They have an interview, and the guy who started it goes like, stay at home. If you don't stay at home, we'll come and dance with you. Everybody just burst out laughing. You say stay at home. If you don't stay at home, we'll come and dance with you. And what interests me about them was how that song, the one that you hear, was not their song. It's not that. So there's this DJ, this foreign DJ, I can't remember which country he's from now, who they mix the song. So they actually even reached out to him to get the rights, original rights for that song.
They had to.
They reached out to him, got the rights. So if they're performing now, they can use that song.
So it was actually interesting because when they came out for that interview, they danced onto the set. And, you know, people were dancing along with them. I'm like, I don't understand why.
If you had to interview them, how would you feel?
I don't know yet. I'm still on the fence about it. I do laugh at the skits. But I don't know. I'm still on the fence. But we have to take the news update at this point. Now, more than 5,000 people in dire need of relief materials in Lagos Central Senatorial District will now be reached out to. This is courtesy the Lagos State Government through Senator Oluremi Tinubu, representing the zone in the upper chamber of the National Assembly. Adaora Ukoh witnessed the disbursement exercise to the representatives of the local governments in Lagos Central.
Continue to urge all Lagosians.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu promised to use critical stakeholders in the state to get relief materials to the grassroots. These food items are to be distributed through the office of Senator Oluremi Tinubu to the vulnerable in the Lagos Central District.
Our office has identified, the less privileged, the firm, the feeble, the invalid, the widow, the widower, all the less privileged in the community, the vulnerable. And the idea is for it to reach every nooks and cranny of the constituency.
APC chairmen in the 13 local government and local council development areas are here to receive the food items, and they will distribute to the needy regardless their party affiliation.
We know these people, we know how to get in touch to them. So we are going to reach out to every one of them to make sure they get this food item. It's not for party, it's not for anything, it's for the people within the community who that we know that needs this thing. Those are the people we are going to give it to.
She has tried as much as possible to make sure we reach even other political parties, not our party now. He has directed us to touch all the concern in every SCDA.
We are going to monitor it and make sure that they distribute it to the people who are in need of this.
The lockdown is likely to be extended by 2 weeks, and constituents are advised to stay safe by observing the social distancing and personal hygiene measures to curtail the spread of the coronavirus.
We must appeal to our people to abide by the rules and regulations set out by the government. The idea is to make sure that they are protected from this deadly virus.
These buses are set to convey the food items to the 13 local government and local council development areas within Lagos Central Senatorial District for onward distribution to the vulnerable and those who are in dire need of food items at this period of lockdown. Adaora Ukoh, TVC News, Lagos.
In just 1 week, confirmed cases of coronavirus in Nigeria have almost doubled. Weeks after the first case was reported in Nigeria on the 27th of February, the number has jumped to 873. This situation supports fears that there is an extreme community transmission ongoing. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, is emphasizing on the need for Nigerians to stay at home and maintain social distancing when out. And that's it on the news update for today on Wake Up Nigeria. Coming up after this, we have sports with Mike. All righty, welcome back. Now, I think it's time for Mike and I to take the entertainment segment. We've been actually preparing for this entertainment segment for quite a bit. And since it's Friday, it's only right that we bring the latest entertainment stories that happened throughout the week. Yeah?
Okay.
So the mega stars across the world that joined in for the virtual concert that was convened by Lady Gaga. That was one of the biggest things to happen over the past week. And some of the biggest names in the world of entertainment and sports joined Lady Gaga for a global TV broadcast themed One World Together at Home. And on Saturday night, 18th of April, that's when it started. They started paying tribute to workers on the front line fighting against COVID-19. Numerous superstars like Celine Dion, Andrea Bocelli, Lana Lang, John Legend, J-Lo, Oprah, Taylor Swift. J-Lo's performance was actually really cool. Burna Boy was also part of them, and amongst many others. They thrilled the world with their beautiful voices and awesome performances. Let's take a... She has such a beautiful voice. Lady Gaga is just one of those women that just, you never see her, you don't know what she's going to do next. You never see her coming. And bringing together all those stars just shows how influential and you know, really great she is.
You know, yeah, more people have been holding virtual concerts and all of that, and that's the, even in Nigeria, we know that a while back, Two-Face held his own concert, and you know, it just shows that that is where the world is at now, and it will be in the future. There are a lot of things, a lot of meetings, a lot of places that will be, a lot of concerts, a lot of you know, events that people will hold virtually. Yeah. And that is where so, and then people, and to get to a point where people say, okay, we want to hold this event, and if you want to be a part of it, you get into this virtual room, or get into this virtual place, and then you start even having meetings probably with VR, like with the headsets and all of that, so that you can seem as though you are in the same a theater or arena with the person holding the concert and all of that. So yes, virtual concerts are here to stay. It is the now, and a lot of stuff will happen like that going forward.
Well, let's just hope for the best. Hopefully the messages that, you know, were passed through that concert were connecting with the right people at the right time. Now, there's still quite a bit that's been happening. To help fight the coronavirus, the novel coronavirus, popular comedian I Go Die recently donated his mansion to the federal government as an isolation center for patients. He posted this on his Instagram page. And, you know, it's really, really impactful, what he's done. Definitely, it's not something that you take lightly, giving your own property, your own house.
Your own house.
You know, to help sick people. But the truth is, during the war, World War II, World War I, people did that. People, because they saw that the world was in need. People donated their mansions, castles, houses, anything they had. Even they went without having buttons, zips, and things like that, so that it could be donated towards creating equipment for the soldiers to use. Now, him donating his mansion, a beautiful mansion, I must say, hopefully it's going to have the impact that he wants it to have. And I hope the state government take advantage of that. I really have.
So there are a number of things that you have to consider. First of all, is a place suited for somewhere that can be used as an isolation center? He has made the offer. You understand? We've not heard anything from the side of the government, because now if you're going to use somewhere, you have to set it up. Of course. You have to. There's a lot of sanitization and cleaning and all of that, and then you have to ensure that can this place ensure smooth passage in and out, and quite a number of things.
There has to be a proper entrance, proper exit.
As your ventilation. Exactly. Ventilation has to be there. And all. There's quite a lot.
Space for staff and all that.
Exactly. It has to be, like you said, ventilation and all of that. So all those things have to be taken into account to know if the government will take him up on that.
So to the best of, so based on what we've been seeing in the papers, you know, there are more centers springing up in different places. Most of them are event centers.
No, but the centers are built. So what happens is that they build a temporary so it's built to ensure that ventilators and machines can enter there. That's why I said, so what people do is that maybe you give out a stadium and then you come and build a makeshift. So let's see if the government will take him up on this, and if they can use it, they will have to inspect and see if they can use it.
So anything to put anything forward in a relief effort at this point is not something to sneeze at, really. You know, it's coming from a place of a soft heart. There's a lot of celebrities on TikTok right now, and a lot of videos popping up all over the place. Now, if social distancing is something you've been thinking about, you probably thought you've seen everything. You need to take a look at some of these celebrity TikTok videos and tell us what you loved most about them.
But you are my mama, Mom! You gotta stop listening to Jennifer Lopez!
New challenge. Can you sing this song without blinking? Ready, set, go.
Scooby-Doo pop pop. Yeah, boom 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 boom. Yeah, boom 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 boom. Yeah, boom 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 boom. Boom boom boom. Today we're talking about 2017. What are your plans for the year?
We see Buhari for worry. We go beat some.
Jesus is Lord.
Buhari, Allah nourish your side. I'll wear on 500. If I wear on 500, but I know they laugh. They record me, they laugh. May not go collect.
Oh, please, there, very important message. Don't find me come out. Please, this is serious you. I'm on self-isolations and quarantine currently like this. Don't find me come out. Anything you need to tell me, contact me via video chatting, maybe FaceTime or WhatsApp video call, something like this. Don't find me come out. This is a time of social distance. Thank you, dear.
And the finance office don't burn down now. Money don't share. Make una tag, make una. Documents don't burn. We read.
Okay, so TikTok is a relatively new social media platform to Nigeria. Abroad, in some Asian countries, they've been using it for quite a bit. And when it got here, when it started making waves, because of some challenges that were popping up. So those challenges popping up just made everyone ask, okay, so what is this TikTok about? TikTok? I'm actually on TikTok, yes I am. But the only reason why I went on TikTok was because of some really great videos that were being produced there. So basically, it's a music video creation app. So you create your own music videos through the app. That's what it's for, but obviously it's being used for other things now. People are talking and discussing and things like that. But because of the coronavirus, actually, there were some videos from different countries, health workers and things like that, all of them coming together, putting out messages on TikTok. That was why I went there. And it's amazing how new social media platforms just pop up and begin to make waves. Now, most of the celebrities in Nigeria are jumping on TikTok, making their own music videos without big producers with multi-million naira budgets. And it's impactful. Hopefully you had a blast watching that the same way I did. Now, when you hear someone say, "Oh, yeah, doing well," you know, what comes to mind? I just have to ask. Mike, what comes to mind?
Yeah, ask him.
There is none other than our favorite Instagram sensation, actor and producer, Mr. Macaroni. Now, his real name is Debo Adebayo. He's going to be joining us via Skype this morning. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I was waiting for that. Sir. It's great to have you on the show.
Wow, same here.
All right.
You're doing well.
Yeah, thank you. So, you know, I actually, I've been watching quite a few of your videos, and I have to say they get more and more interesting every single time. Now, we had a conversation about this when you were in the studio about 2 months ago. But I'm thinking about the new situation on ground, how everyone is on social media. How have you been using your platform to be impactful during this season?
Yeah, so I find out that most of the videos that I've been doing recently, there's a thematic preoccupation in them, and that's the lockdown theme. The lockdown theme, the virus theme, it is dominant in the videos that I've been doing, because in all the videos I have to preach one way or the other that people are at home and people should stay at home. I have to preach one way or the other that people should take preventive measures, wash your hands, use your hand sanitizers, social distancing. You know, it's already in the mindset. You know, it's already there that something is plaguing the world, and it's just there. So now this is the reality. Now this is what we're living in. So we have to adapt.
Adapting to the situation, I get that. But then I have to ask, because as an MC, sometimes I MC events, a lot of event planners and things like that have postponed, canceled events. How has this lockdown impacted your business?
This has been, I don't know what to say. It's not been good. It's not been good. Before the announcement of the lockdown, I think I had been billed for about 8 shows already.
Wow.
And that's including comedy events, 1 or 2 weddings that I had to MC, you know, and some had even paid maybe half. And I've spent the money for the lockdown period.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've just been thinking, so after the whole lockdown thing and after everything, now people will now start coming and start saying, Macaroni, so our wedding for last year or for whatever it was, we will do it. You know, we have paid already. How do I reconcile that? You know, so it's not been good. It's stopped a lot of things. Even for me, my creative process, I'm a very active person. I like to work. I like to move around. In fact, I get most of my inspiration when I'm working, when I'm performing.
Mr. Macaroni, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break and come back and talk a bit more about that inspiration that you're looking for. Stay with us. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. We have Mr. Macaroni on the line. Oh.
Hi.
I just love doing that. It's great to have you here. But I have to say, a lot of, should I say influencers or celebrities, they've been having complaints about being, what's the word? Is it accosted by so many people asking for handouts during this season? I know that it's probably been happening to you a lot as well. How have you been able to handle that?
I mean, we just understand how the whole thing has been going, you know. So while it's not easy for us as well, and because nobody's working, well, we're still managing to do 1 or 2 things, but it's the same thing for everyone. So I just think people believe that, okay, maybe celebrities, they just look at you like, this person is very rich, and the one we can do, we will do. The one that we cannot do, you know, we just pray that everything will return back to normal.
Tell me the funniest one you've received, the funniest message you received. You know, everybody has their own strategies. Some people use different styles to approach you.
There was one that I think the person had sent a series of direct messages, and most of the time I don't even see those messages because they're in the request or they're somewhere and I can't access everything. So he sent a series of messages. Then the person now had to comment and say, if I die, please know that it is at Mr. Macaroni. I've been asking him for help. My family is dying.
Wow.
We have not had anything to eat. You know, so some of them have that style of blackmailing you emotionally, and you know, my family, and I've been begging him, they will now say, even if it's 500 naira, just send it. Wow. Even if it's 500, if I want to send you something, I definitely won't. If I finally say, let me send, I definitely won't send 500 naira. Everybody knows that. You know it. But they will just put it that, even if it's 200 naira, anything, that 200 naira will help me for the week. Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Macaroni, I know I want to wrap up. I want to wrap up this conversation now, but I just wanted to watch you toast me the way Mr. Macaroni would do it.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously. Quickly.
You know, when I see freaky, you are, the way I'm looking at you, you have potential. I want to take care of you. I want to invest in your future. The way I'm looking at things with you, you need to be elevated. I want to elevate your status. I don't like to talk too much. Send me your account number. Let me freak it up for you.
I'm sending my account number. I'm sending it. I'm sending it. Thank you so much, Mr. Macaroni, for joining us. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Well.
And we'll see you on the other side. Now, we are also joined online by another talented actress. Adaora Ukoh is going to be sharing her lockdown experiences with us right now.
Okay.
Hello, Adaora.
We're going to get that soon.
Oh, okay.
We're going to get that soon. You know.
Yeah.
But when you make it, when all you do is all about sharing and giving account number, collecting account number. Don't be angry when people are asking for account number. You know?
But the way you said it, man, I felt like sending my account number.
So you used to send your account number, send me your account, and sharp, just transfer. So give away period, they'll think of him a lot, you know, when he's sharing all of that.
So it's about finding a niche, really, and he kind of just honed in on that area. A lot of people were keeping that part of themselves in a corner, and then he decided to, make it shine. There's also something a lot of people comment on. It's the girls that are in his videos. Those girls are always looking very.
No, you say, of course. So you go out and you check out Instagram profiles, and I'm sure that they also, maybe there's some sort of a honorarium for them or something. Maybe you pay them or something, because maybe probably what you do could, or you don't have to pay them. You could tell them, okay, let's be part of this vision and whatever. So yes, I mean, if you are not this, now you'd have gone. Yeah, you can be one of these mixes.
She says so.
Okay, what about we do have? I don't know if Adaora is now on. Hello, Adaora. Is she on now? Hello. Okay, we'll get to her as soon as we can.
Yeah, she's there.
Okay, she's on.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey. Hey. It's your birthday. Can you hear me very well? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Happy birthday to you in advance.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What's your plan? In 3 days, it's your birthday. How do you plan to celebrate this birthday? How do you plan? Talk to me.
Like, seriously, you're asking me the plan?
Yes, so.
Like, I can go out?
No, now. You see, it's your plan. You can be alone, but what do you plan to do while in lockdown?
Yeah, while in lockdown, that's the best you can do now. Even in lockdown, I've learned to go to church in my sitting room. Yes. So now in the lockdown, I also learned to party in my room with the family that I'm lucky now with.
All right. Okay, that's cool. So
no plan.
Okay, wonderful. Now you've been in quite a number of movies, and of course you've also produced your own movies. Let's talk about your movie production experience in Nollywood as it is. What's it like producing a movie in Nollywood?
Well, I will say that for beginners who intend to invest as producers on their own, independent producers, I must say, would have quite content, because the thing is, the more content you have, the more it is better for you in Nollywood, to make ends meet, actually. So it's not yeah, we're growing. We're on the growth. We have good films and everything. Yeah, but when it turns to you making money, you must have to give it time. You must be ready to work. You put in a lot in content building and make sure that you dole out the best content, that your platform, and when I mean your platform, maybe your camera or whatever platform, maybe it's TV or whatever platform you're doing, you'll be able to grab the best audience.
Okay, now, I know, okay, so I know a number of people, you are an inspiration to a number of actresses, and I know a number of people say, oh, she's plus size and she's doing very well, I would love to be like her. But then, there are also a number of people who are, or a number of ladies who are plus size, and they say that the opportunities in the industry to act are not there. People look for a particular type of lady when they want to search for a leading lady. How did you do it to get to where you are, and how can you encourage other young ladies like that coming up who are maybe plus size and feel that, things are not, in their favor?
Yeah. Okay, the thing is, as far as I'm concerned, you need to put in the time in the industry. That's it, first. And then, as a plus size, you need to also understand that this is your market, this is where you fit in. Do you understand? And you do the best you can do with it. Because the truth is, the camera likes, maybe quote and unquote, you have to always keep your weight in check at the same time and just know the market. For example, this lady Lizzo Beaton, she's plus size. She has embraced herself, and she has decided not to hide under her skin or body shame or under any form of body shame. And, she discovered herself the way she's happy with, and it's helping out. So when it comes to entertainment generally, it's not an easy ground, but I've always tried to fit into what I look like. Yeah, sometimes it comes with stereotyping in roles. Yes, because I had to deal with that a lot. And so I had to also deal with costuming, trying to fit, the exact way I want to look. So these things are things, it's not easy to fight, but you need to understand your market. Know exactly what you want out of it and keep still on it. You have to keep just focus. That's the thing, because if you focus, you grow with the industry, you grow with the growth, and at the same time, you will know this is what I want. Because this is me. I cannot hide and not. It's not me, because I, as a person too, I try to fight it. But also, I always have to double in and out of size and all that. So I learned to embrace.
All right. Thank you so much, Adaora. Thank you for being a positive influence to ladies. Keep on inspiring them. And once again, have the best birthday yet. Happy birthday in advance. Bye-bye. Thank you.
I said to have the best birthday yet.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Adaora.
Thank you.
And of course, we have to say a big thank you to our friends at Homely NG for our kitchen accessories. And as usual, we love the fact that you tune in every single morning to us. We're going to be back here bright and early on Monday. Monday
morning.
Sure
Monday morning.
Tuned.
Yep.
Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you. All right.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe. Stay home.
Friday is like Monday.